Welcome back to The Switch. I'm your host, the one, the only Eugene Rich. This is now episode 2, and tonight we have a very special guest all the way from Maryland. He goes by the name of Knock Beteck. Knock Beteck, what is that? Don't worry about it. He's going to explain it to you. This man is on fire, and I promise you, you're going to hear a lot from him. So stay tuned. Anna Petro, 58, of Illinois. She decides to, well, not the whole state, she was in Homewood. She decides that she wants to throw somebody's 4-year-old kid into the trash can. Alrighty? Into the trash can. The child wouldn't go to sleep, so she decided, you know what? Here's a remedy. This is going to make you go to sleep. I'm going to pick you up, and I'm going to put you inside of a trash can. Okay? I don't know what's going on with people these days and other people's kids, but one thing you don't do is touch people's children, okay? You don't throw nobody's kids in the trash can. Hell, you don't throw your own kids in the trash can because a trash can is not made for people. It is made for trash. So unless you're seeing that that child is trash, you shouldn't be throwing nobody's kids in the trash. The only thing that goes in the trash is trash, okay? Anything that does not look like a human being goes in the trash, all right? And I don't know about you, but even though I don't have kids, I'll say this much: ain't no way in the world me and you can coexist on this planet together after you threw my child in the trash can. Take a look at this video.
Former daycare worker pleads guilty nearly a year after she was caught putting a 4-year-old boy under her care in a trash can. Surveillance footage from the Learning Lab in Homewood shows Anna Petro forcing the boy into the empty garbage can because he refused to take a nap. But police say she first forced the boy into an outdoor alley in 19-degree weather for about 20 seconds. She was sentenced to 12 months court supervision and 100 hours of community service. A judge also ordered her to write a formal letter of apology to the boy's family.
Crazy, right? That's absolutely crazy. And see, this is what I would look like after that situation. After my child came home. Your Honor, yes, I did it, and I don't regret it. Because the school didn't tell them, okay, what was going on. It was the child who told the parents about what happened. So that means your child has to come home and tell you that, hey, you know what? Today in school, my teacher threw me in the trash can. Alrighty? Imagine that. All right? This is a 4-year-old child, guys. And the worst part about it was that the coworker didn't even report it. Okay, so both the culprit, the woman, Miss Anna, and also the coworker, both were fired, and rightly so, because come on, we always talk about see something, say something, right? Well, can't you say something about that? You don't throw somebody's child in the trash can, and you don't watch somebody throw somebody's child in the trash can and not say anything about it. Accountability, guys, that's what it's all about. And here's what she got. So the courts basically charged her with child endangerment. She pled guilty. Okay, she got 12 months of court supervised probation, 100 hours of community service, and she had to write an apology to the family, of course, about what she did. So, go figure there. But like I said, her co-worker got fired too. She should have got a little something as well, But here's the crazy thing. The worker who threw the child in the trash can told the family that it was a joke. And I'm sure the family just laughed their little hearts away, huh? They just laughed. Oh, you threw my baby in the trash can. Oh my God, that is funny. Hell no. Okay? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I already told you. And folks, listen, if you can't handle children, whether it's yours or somebody else's, you don't need them. And you don't need to be around them. I mean, hopefully after this situation, she will never have the opportunity to lay her hands on anybody else's child again. Alrighty. Imagine what's been going on with other children that they probably never did it on the camera. Oh, I also heard too that she took the baby or she took the child outside and placed them in the cold weather for about 20 seconds. Like that's torture. You're torturing people's kids because you can't handle 1 year old, I was 4 year old, sorry, who can't fall asleep. But you thought that remedy was going to be the way that he was going to fall asleep. Hmm. Yeah, no, you got it wrong, sis. Try again. As they say, try Jesus, don't try me. All right? Here we are. Here we are. Well, it looks like Pam Bondi during her congressional hearing segment seemed to really just let loose. She started going off, man. She came in hot every time she got questioned by the opposite side and even by one of her own. She just became hot. I mean, hot on the arrabbiata is what they call it. Her collar was hot. She was popping.
Senator Whitehouse, you sit here and make salacious remarks, once again trying to slander President Trump left and right, when you're the one who was taking money from one of Epstein's closest confidants.
This is supposed to be an oversight hearing when dozens of prosecutors have been fired simply because they worked on cases investigating the former president. This is, and now
What
the
about
current
the
president.
fires in California?
And
Do you
this
care
is
about that,
supposed to be,
senatorship?
this is supposed to be an oversight hearing in which members of Congress can get serious answers to serious questions about the
Are the
cover-up-
riots in
about the
LA
cover-up-
serious?
About the cover-up of corruption, about the prosecution of the president's enemies. And
I think you owe the president an
will it
apology.
be?
The problem with her and people, like her, as far as politics are concerned and job responsibility and accountability, is that when it benefits them, they're fine with everything. They're fine with the questions. But when it comes to questions that they know are going to put them on blast, baby, they start fighting, pivoting, and doing all kinds of craziness. Like she, during this particular hearing, she number one, she refused to apologize to the victim. Alrighty, and her response, man, to what they were saying, the questions they were asking, like, can you just apologize to the victims? Instead of her apologizing to, well, as old girl would say, to the survivors, okay, she decided to apologize with giving us some market updates. Okay, her thing was, how she explained it was that we should be talking about what President Trump is doing. We should be talking about the 50,000. She almost said $50,000. Okay, but instead of points, but she said the 50,000. She never said the word points. I don't think she ever did. But she said 50,000. So that is what's important, guys. To her is the stock market and how things are looking, the Dow Jones and all these, and the Nasdaq. She is so concerned about that, and she constantly talked about Trump, Trump this, Trump that. And the crazy thing is that this man has called her weak. I mean, he's called her everything but a child of God, pretty much. But yet she's still there licking his boots and talking about how good he is and what he has done for her. Like he is Jesus. Like, tell him about what Trump has done for you, how he has saved your soul. Because pretty much that's what they're all doing. And this man is worshipped, okay, beyond Jesus. This whole new thing they got going on, man. It's crazy. But just the fact that she could never really give a true explanation, could never really give a great answer or a true answer to would have been a just satisfactory. She obviously wasn't prepared, but she was prepared to have her little zingers, or so-called zingers. So she thought, oh, I'm gonna come up in there hot. I'm have my stuff pre-written. I'm gonna let y'all have it today. Cause y'all ain't come from me unless I sent for you. That's pretty much her attitude. But at some point, as I said before, I said the last show, there's an accountability that has to happen, and it's going to happen. And whether they decide they want to answer the questions now or keep ducking and dodging, we're playing dodgeball right now. It's going to happen. They're going to have to give an account. So why not just get your stuff together, get these files out? Because over there in the UK and in England or whatever, hey, accountability, baby. They got that brother over there. He is like, woo, he done been to jail. He done lost his whole royal title. or whatnot. I think whoever Prince Edwards or whatever his name is, he didn't, he's going through. And see, he knows what's been going on, and it's probably going to get to the point where he gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna just sing like a canary. I'm just gonna just tell it all. Just tell it all. There should be something called deathbed confessionals when it comes to some of these older people that have been involved in this stuff that's been going on. And just tell out, just get a pen and some paper, and just have somebody just sit there and record it and just tell everything. Call everybody name. What they gonna do? You know what I mean? What they gonna do? So you'll be gone anyway, you know? Man, the things that are just continuously happening and going on in this particular administration, all the cover-ups and it's ridiculous. But hey, whatever. Something's gotta give. And one day it'll all come out in the wash. We just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. Gotta be patient. That's all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome a very special guest, all the way from Maryland. His name is Beteck. He is an artist. He's an upcoming artist, and he is just on fire, guys. I want you to just welcome him to the stage. We appreciate him being here. Absolutely, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Well, I guess since we can start with your name, Beteck. Tell me exactly where is that name from? How did you get it? Is it your legit name, or tell me? Tell us.
Yeah, so my real name is actually Inaka Beteck, and the knock comes from I was first called knock way back in middle school. We was going on a field trip, and one of my friend's mom, she was a chaperone.
Okay.
So she had a hard time trying to pronounce my name. So she kept trying to say it, and the knock just kept coming out. So she was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna call you knock knock. I'm gonna call you little knock knock. So
right,
it went from knock knock, and then later on I just cut it down to knock.
Gotcha. Okay, all right. So then I know you're in Maryland, but where are you originally from?
I was born in Cameroon, Africa, and I moved here to the USA when I was 8.
8. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, wow. Do you ever go back?
I haven't been back yet, but I do plan going back with my family in about I think we plan to go either next year or like another 2 years, like a family vacation. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Nice. Well, I guess we want to get into your music. I listen to your songs. I see what's coming out. Very impactful. It seems like it's something you live, and that's a good thing, because a lot of people, are actors. They act. They don't live the rap, but they act it, right? So they're paid.
Right.
I get it. But it seems like what you're talking about, like you've experienced, you live. So just give me a little bit about like your musical background. Like, would you consider your genre you to be in the rap category, hip hop, or both, or how would you consider it?
Yeah, I definitely consider myself like hip hop, rap, but with a blend of pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. All righty. And who are some of your musical influences?
Man, that's a
well, okay,
different.
Give me your top 3.
Top 3. Jadakiss.
Okay.
Phil Collins.
Okay, yeah, that's one of mine too. Yeah.
And I'll have to say Linkin Park.
Okay. So you
I just wanted to pick like from different genres, because
right.
Because I listen to all types of music, various genres and stuff. So, and I believe like a lot of those are very influential in my style of music, even though I am in hip hop, but
well, I mean, we can all be influenced by something else, right?
Yeah, like Phil Collins is actually my favorite musician of all time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I love me some Phil Collins. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I in the air tonight. That's my jam. When I go to karaoke, that's what I do. that and Purple Rain. That and Purple Rain. Okay.
Come on.
What about like how long you been in the industry? Like as far as like you pursuing it, like really being serious about it. Now, not just doing it as a hobby, but like when did you really start to like put your passion into it?
Since 2022. Now, I've been doing music since high school.
Okay.
But just realizing like, for me coming from the hood background and
Right.
that urban area, a lot of people didn't gravitate to my music only for the simple fact that what I was talking about, I stepped out the boundaries of just talking about, street and gangster music.
Right.
I used to include a lot of like, things I imagined as a kid, different themes, different concepts, storytelling, a lot of different things in my music. So to me, back then, looking at it now, like a lot of people didn't gravitate to it. So it made me feel in a way that music wasn't meant for me to do. Even though I continued doing music, I was only making music for only my ears to listen to. So I did that for a very long time, for many years. Really didn't tell anybody. Only a few people knew that I was good at music. So it wasn't
a few people that knew. Did they say, "Hey, man, you need to do this. You need to like pursue this, like with all your heart and soul"? I mean, did they like what you put out?
Nah, I'll actually say it's only been really one person that I can honestly say that when they first found out how good I was in music, they told me to stick with it. And that was a family friend who we just call each other cousins.
Right.
That I had started recording with in his basement, back in high school. And when he found out like my versatility, my rhymes, my lyrics, the stuff I was just come up with, he saw the talent. So he got firsthand of what I could really do with music. And he was like, man, you need to take this serious, because how you are as an artist and what you can do with your words and the songs you create, like I've never seen this even from a mainstream artist. Like you have something that a lot of people do not have.
Yeah,
and
you got to share it.
To this day, he still tells me that, and he's like very happy that I actually got back into music and started taking it serious and pursuing it.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, because like your gifts and your talents, like somebody out there is waiting to hear,
right?
It's for somebody and they're waiting. So a lot of times when people are fearful of, getting things going for whatever reason, it's just like you're literally possibly holding up somebody else's dream, because they're going to be inspired by you, so you have to put yourself out there, and it just needs to be a domino effect. So I can definitely understand where you're coming from in that realm. My question would be, are you freestyle, or are you mostly just like I write and that's it? I mean, nothing's wrong with if you're not. It's just a matter of
I'm not much of a freestyler.
Okay.
I definitely
put you on the spot.
I'm a definite writer. Like I love writing, because I found that writing was like my escape, because for many years growing up into my adulthood, I always felt like, what my thoughts and my feelings really didn't matter much to people. So I became very good at writing. I've always been a good writer.
Right.
So just being able to write, that was like my outlet to just express how I was feeling and some of the stuff that I was thinking.
Right.
And when it came to music, it was very easy, because now I just have to make what I'm writing just rhyme.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now I kind of tapped in a little bit to your Facebook. That's where I ran into you at. So, and I know that there's a song that you have coming out. What's the name of that song? Or that came out, maybe.
Yeah. So the song is already out right now. I'm dropping the video of it this week, most likely tomorrow, Friday.
Okay.
So the name of the song is called "Open Thoughts."
Okay.
So yes,
and what is it
and
about?
and what that song is about is it's just topics that's dealing with everyday life, as well as me personally, a little bit of my background, where I'm working at, what I have to deal with as as a man, and then as well as just some current events and the condition of people right now in society. We live in a society where it's like, in the song, I said it's like fake is the new real and real is the new fake.
Yeah.
Because now it's like the true you, like nobody really is putting themselves like the real self out there. Everybody wants to see something else that they're thinking is going to get them clout, is going to make them famous, is going to get them money, but in the long run, that's only damaging you in the long run. It might be good for a short period of time, but in the long run, that's going to damage you. So you always want to be yourself, stay true to yourself from the beginning to the end,
and always be humble. That's another thing, because a lot of times, like we're all trying to get to the same place. We're trying to get up, and it's like, it's when we can help each other get there, that's a good thing. And sometimes I think people, maybe because in their particular pocket or their little area, wherever they live, they feel like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, and so then they kind of become a little arrogant, and it's like, you want to be something that you're not, instead of just being humble. Because I mean, when you're humble, I think that's when you move up, But sometimes you just get people that I think that's for any of us, what I mean? Don't get the big head, like stay humble, remember where you came from, and just look forward to where you're going. But when we start thinking just too highly of ourselves, like, oh, I'm too good to do this, I'm too good to do that, then see that kind of already sets the stage of how you're going to be when you do make it, if you make it. Yeah. So just being humble, I think, is most important. Now, since you mentioned your video, I do have a snippet. I want to show you guys just a little bit over here. Here it goes for you.
Every time I went broke, had to start fresh. It's never about the money, it's what you do next. I seen trappers carry weight like a suplex. In that belly of the beast, you getting digest. I lost friends to the system. My little youngin' doing life in that prison. He called a body cause the youngin' hurt his feelings. It ain't worth it sometimes, pay attention. I feel like an OG, that's what they call me. Always play the back chillin' if you know me. Since 03, I've been so low-key. Never said much, cause dog, you got to show me.
All right, so that was nice. That's already been, you said it's released, right? That particular song,
Yes.
You've already released it. Okay, so the full video comes out soon, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And where can people find your music and the things that you're doing, your videos?
So I'm on all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, and my Twitter is at Beteck Enaka. That's BETECKENAKA. And then my Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, all other platforms that you can find me on there at NOCBETECK, Knock Beteck.
Gotcha. And by the way, when he says Twitter, he means X, right?
Yes, X.
Right.
X.
I know that's hard to get used to, because I mean,
Yeah.
you add 2 more X's and you can get a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There's a back room of all right, and then also too, outside of being an artist, right? I also kind of saw some things that you're doing. You work with youth, right, with the Boys and Girls Club of America. So explain your role there and what you do.
So I'm a club manager for the Boys and Girls Club,
Okay.
And the club is actually located in the same neighborhood that I grew up in. I've been
Okay.
working there for 4 years there since
Mhm.
they actually started, like the Boys and Girls Club actually came down there and
Mhm.
wanted to start helping our community. So I've been there since the beginning.
Oh, that's
And
good.
again, like I said, it's in the same neighborhood that I grew up in. So it's very meaningful to me, just as a person, because
Yeah.
this is a place where I grew up in. So I get to tell the kids who are in the club now some of the things that I went through as a kid, their age, around here in this neighborhood. So
And that's what you call giving back to the community. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like you're right where you were, when you were a child, and now
yeah,
you get to speak life into, the youth in your area, in your neighborhood, which is a good thing, because many people leave and they never go back to where
right,
they came from.
right.
It's like, yeah, it's strange that way. Now, here's the thing. One last thing I want to ask you. I always ask everyone this is like, as a person who's on the grind, you're trying to do your thing. What is some good advice? I know we've said a few things already, but what is some good advice that you would give someone who is, like you, seeking they're following their dream, following their heart? What would you say, to them?
I'll say, find the qualities within yourself that make you unique.
Mm-hmm.
Each person has certain characteristics,
Mm-hmm.
certain gifts, certain qualities about them that makes them unique in the world. Use those characteristics and qualities and apply it to how you want to impact, not only yourself but those around you, how you're going to make an impact in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really my best advice, because
Absolutely.
everybody, everybody's different, but we all have a purpose. So
Yeah.
if you find, you find what you're good at,
Mm-hmm.
who you are,
Yeah.
you're going to fulfill your purpose and just stay on that path.
Yeah, yeah. Live your dream, not somebody else's dream, especially,
Right.
right?
Yes.
Right. Absolutely. All right. Well, I definitely appreciate you being here. You're always welcome back. And just so everybody
Sure.
knows, once again, thank you, thank you. Just so everybody knows, once again, give them your tags. That way, they can find you.
You can find me on all social platforms at NOCBETECK. That's not Beteck. You can find me on X at Beteck Anaka. That's BETECKENAKA. And just be on the lookout for
Be
me
on the lookout. Right.
everywhere.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you. We appreciate you, man. And we
Thank you.
wish you the best of luck. Well, not even the best of luck. We wish you blessings, right? Okay.
Yes.
Let's just keep it real. Yeah. So and everything you do, I hope that it just turns into gold. Everything you touch just turns into the goal, And
Thank
just
you. I appreciate it.
keep striving, keep being positive, and keep uplifting the community, because that's what's needed these days for sure.
Definitely.
All righty. Well, we appreciate you, man. Take care. God bless.
All right. Thank you.